For this warm-up, you'll want a foam roller and a medium or light resistance band. Starting laying on the back. Taking a few rounds of breath to relax. Look side to side a few times to feel the center spot at the back of the head. A little bit of a tuck in the chin. And connecting to the exhale to connect to the deepest layer of abs that wraps all the way around the trunk. And then bringing the hands behind the back of the head, gently pulling on the head and the neck. Exhaling, finding that ab connection, and the head floats up. Keeping the head pressing into the hands, and then lowering back down. The exhale will lift the body just about the tips of the shoulder blade. Option to try with the legs in tabletop, anchoring the low back, exhaling. The slight pressure back of the head into the hands helps keep length in the neck and tension in the abs. Trying not to move the legs. And lowering the head, lowering the legs. Pulling the right leg in, keeping the spine long, the side body long. Hands behind the back of the thigh, pointing the foot on the way up, flexing on the way down. Looking for a moderate sensation here, nothing too intense. Making sure you can control the breathing. 2 more. And then let the thigh move out to the side and pull the leg in. 5 more here. Pointing on the way up, flexing on the way down. 3, 2, and then bringing the leg back in towards the chest. Bringing the leg up, straight leg. The leg on the mat can either stay bent or you can extend, flex the foot, actively press the back of the thigh into the mat for a circle, circling the leg in, across, around. In, across, around. Like the upper thigh is drawing a little circle on the ceiling. It can be very small. And then reversing it, creating stability through the pelvis. Pressing the back of the thigh into the mat. 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg. Bend both legs for the second side. Check in side to side. Make sure the back of the head's still in the center. The chin's tucked. Lengthening the side body, lengthening the spine, anchoring the back of the butt, and then hold behind the back of the thigh, point on the way up, flex, point, a moderate sensation. 2 more. And then bringing the leg out to the side, pulling it in, keep lengthening the side body. 5 out to the side. 3, 2, last one. And then bring the leg back into the midline. Leg up, point, anchor the back of the low back, sacrum. Extend out the other leg or keep it bent. Bringing the leg in, across, around. Stabilizing the pelvis. 3. Connecting with the breath. And then 5 in the other direction. You can always softly bend the knee. 3, 2, 1. And bend the leg. Both legs down. Pulling both legs in. Flexing the feet. Keeping the feet flexed the whole time. Same thing, a moderate sensation. Like a 5 out of 10. Not necessarily going towards the end range. Keeping the spine long. Two more. Then time for the foam roller. Placing the foam roller under the low back, right above where the butt cheek starts. Again, you can look side to side to feel the center spot at the back of the head, chin tucked. Drawing the right leg in. As you pull the leg in, keeping the spine long, the side of the body long. The other leg's going to extend out. And then lowering, trying to lower from the left butt cheek. So sending the back of the butt cheek and the thigh towards the floor. Holding that contraction. And then lifting the leg up, relax the butt, and then engage the butt to drive the back of the thigh towards the floor. We'll do that 3 more times, lifting and driving the back of the butt and thigh down towards the floor. 2 more. Then switching the legs. Find that butt activation. The spine is slightly rounded, not letting the low back arch. That little bit of rounding at the low back sacrum can help to find the engagement of the butt muscles. Two more times. And then you can hug both legs in. Place the feet on the floor. Feet together, thighs together. Feel that low back on the foam roller. Same thing, a little bit of a tuck. Not over tucking the pelvis. Just making sure the low back's not arching, the ribs aren't wide open. There's some corseting of the muscles in front of the rib cage. And then pulling in the right leg. Working the compression of the thigh to the chest. When I let go of my thigh, I'm trying to keep the thigh as close to my chest as I can. If for any reason this doesn't work for the knee, you can open up the angle of the knee. Keep working the compression of the thigh towards the chest. The arms, reach as long and as far as you can. Press down into the mat. If you have a long foam roller, you can just press wider. Keeping that compression. You're going to lift the hips off the block. Only about an inch or so. Not looking to arch into that low back. Finding your ab connection. And then you can land back down for 4, 3, 2, 1. switch legs. Finding the compression, letting go, trying to keep that compression, and bridging up for 5, 4, pressing through the head, neck, and shoulders, 2, and lower down. You can hug both legs in, massage the low back on the foam roller, and then just bridging up and laying onto the side body. From here, adding in some internal rotation, pressing the leg on the mat into the mat and floating the foot up. The foot floats as a result of the hip internally rotating. It's not necessarily a huge motion. Again, looking for moderate intensity. 3, 2, 1. Check in that your shoulders are square, your hips are square. Clamshelling the top leg open, trying to engage from the butt and lower. The heels slightly lower than the butt. Sometimes a fist behind the low back, the sacrum right before where the butt cheek is, can help feel what's happening in the pelvis if you need more lower ab engagement. And then we'll take it into circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, reverse. 5, 4, keep pulling the abs in. 3, 2, 1. And then coming up onto the elbow. Really squaring off the shoulders, the hips, checking where the head is. I like a little fist, nice long neck. Side planking. You can side plank with the knees bent from here. We're gonna do 5 hip dips. Option to extend out the legs slightly on an angle or stagger the feet. Bottom leg forward, top leg back. And bridging up. Stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips. For 5, dip a little, pull in the abs. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And back down. And let's finish with stretching the top hip flexor. So you can pull that heel in towards your ankle, straighten that bottom leg, and then you're gonna pull the leg back as you reach the front of the hip forward. So the front of that top hip is reaching forward. And then you can flip onto the other side. Taking your time, lining up shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip for the internal rotation happening from the hip. Lifting, you can press the leg on the mat into the mat. Trying to lift up the lower abs. And gazing straight ahead, keeping that neck long. 3, 2, 1. Checking in that the ribs are closing in the front, expanding in the back. And then I'm placing my hand behind my low back for frogs. You could have your hand also in front for more stability. Just being conscious of what's happening in the pelvis. 3, 2, and circles. Getting the thighs as close as possible. For 3, 2, and reverse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And extend the bottom leg, take the ankle, and as you pull the thigh back, reach the hip forward. And I missed side plank, so we will go into that in one moment. Heading up for the side plank, same option, knees bent, feet staggered, bottom leg forward, top leg back. Could be done either way too. And then bridging up, firm up that ab connection, shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip, dipping for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower back down, flip onto hands and knees, arching the spine and rounding. Few rounds of cat-cow. Pausing in tabletop for hip circles, lifting the leg up, out to the side, and around. Up, out to the side. 3 more. Keep pressing through the palms. And then reversing for 5. Out to the side, back, 4, 3, trying to keep the pelvis square, 2, 1. And reset, really press through the palms, long neck, chin tucked, bring that other leg back, out to the side and in, trying to control the movement from the glute, the hip rotators, all of those muscles in the pelvis. 2 more in this direction. And then reversing. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then if you have a band, we'll finish with a band, medium or light, around the outer thighs. Sitting up tall. To keep the spine lengthened, you can always sit back a little bit, making sure you're up on those sits bones, spreading the band, legs go side to side, working on that internal rotation. For 5, 4, 3, and then we're going to hold both legs to the side, pick a side. We're going to do 5, that top leg opens the band. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch sides, top leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more on each side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the other side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hope you feel warm. Feel free to add anything else that you need into your